Hey, Scott.
Hello.
Hi.
I haven't been here for a few weeks, so I'm glad to be back. We've had some family things, and
I get it. Welcome back.
yeah. Uh, thank you, and thanks for your time, Terrence.
Pleasure.
Um, it's probably not a question, but a question will probably emerge. But
Yeah.
I've been just sitting at the doorway, as you were sort of describing it a few weeks ago,
Mm,
not expecting, not wanting for anything.
mm.
That's been what I've been doing
That's okay.
when the remembrance comes.
Yeah.
Well, what I notice is. I was just mentioning family events, and of course, there's always work
Mm.
sort of engagements one has, and it's just very curious to me that I can see Scott engage with the usual stuff. What I mean is just the habitual responses that are often, not necessarily particularly elevated,
Yeah.
but somehow it's just completely unconvincing and pretty boring. Actually, I can see it happening,
Mm.
but the energy behind it isn't really quite the same, and it's sort of like residual habitual stuff that just comes out. You get on the phone, someone says something, and you go right back into that rut, but the passion isn't there anymore. In a sense, it's not convincing anymore.
It'll come back. I'll tell you why it'll come back, Scott. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, it becomes unconvincing and, oh, I can see through the illusion now. If there's still a recognition of a Scott there saying that. Now, the reason that I say that, is twofold, really. One, there's never been a Scott there, ever. So everything that's been occurring in your life has just been happening. Yeah. Now, when that fully dawns on you, it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. It's not boring. It's not, oh, I'm kind of bored with that now. I can't put any energy behind it. Or it's really not. Yeah. Because it's not, a lot of us, including myself, thought that there was a me here, and eventually the me would go. Yeah. And I'd wake up and, whatever. And the reality is there's never been a me here. It's not like there is one here and one day it disappears. There's never been one here. So all the acting, reacting, and when you're at work and answering phones and dealing with people and so on and so forth, that's what's always been happening. Just happening. If you can truly see that, it becomes fascinating. Like fascinating. Yeah. Because, if you, like I said a moment ago, if you think, or if there's a belief there, yeah, that um, Scott's now recognizing that stuff's just kind of happening, and now I'm kind of losing interest in it, and it's losing its passion, and it's losing its vibe, or whatever, right? Yeah, that's atypical of a character that would say that. It just is, yeah. So, yeah, I'm trying to get you to see that, not Scott. Yeah, you to see that. It's fascinating.
I mean, you're saying, Terrence, what I hear you saying is that the statement that it's boring is itself a mind kind of comment. I want to either be stimulated or bored, or if I'm not, I'm bored.
Yeah,
Interestingly, I kind of meant it, and maybe I'm just still trapped, but I meant it in the sense that it's, I see the separation. It's going on, but it's not believable as all of me. I guess that's what I meant by bored. I'm not wrapped into it in such an utterly
okay, good.
lost sort of way. Yeah.
Good, I understand. Yeah, I understand. But don't take a side.
Yeah. I hear you.
That would be dualistic. Do you understand? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's great. So just recognize, that it's still mind just babbling on about, oh, now I'm seeing this, or now I'm seeing that, or I'm kind of losing interest in the outer world, or what, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And we can tend to fall into it's a very subtle trap, but we can fall into this trap of, I'm losing interest kind of in the outer, and now I only have an interest in the inner. Yeah. But both are inclusive. Both are absolutely inclusive, because the outer is simply just happening, and
Yeah.
always has been just happening. Yeah. So just watch that. Just watch, see for yourself whether or not the mind is taking a position. Yeah. Oh, I prefer this over that. Yeah. Or I'm losing interest in that, and now I've got more of an interest in this.
Yeah.
You with me? And it's
Yeah.
just mind. It's just mind. Yeah. It's not.
I mean, interestingly, I don't find myself, I don't find that what happens after the phone call is over is that I castigate myself
Hmm.
that I've made a mistake. I shouldn't have even gone into that habit. I don't say that,
Hmm.
but I just see it. And I guess that's kind of just my comment. I just see, oh, that was that rut in the trail.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah,
Okay.
it's,
Yeah.
it's, it is kind of interesting while I'm saying it's boring at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying it's boring in the sense that I can see it more dispassionately, some part of me.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
hard not to
And
talk. Yeah,
yeah. Look. Yeah. I get it. So, as you started off this conversation, just get coming home,
yeah,
because that if I was to use dualistic language, if I was to use dualistic language, and it's now going to sound like I'm contradicting what I just said to you, okay? But the interest actually lies in just this, and the just this gets given lots of names, including just this, or consciousness, or beingness, or it gets all sorts of stuff. Yeah, but there is absolutely something happening here that's not a part of the objective. Yeah, it's not a part of that. Yeah? So it's just continue to return, just continue to return, continue to return, continue to return. Yeah, and the rest, you're at work. Yeah, okay, you're just watching. You're watching everything unfold right before your eyes. It's fascinating, truly, truly fascinating. Yeah. Now, I just want to add a little caveat there. Yeah. There will still be a personality that remains. If it didn't, Rupert Spearer and I would be sounding exactly the same. And my God, we don't. I love him. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but we don't. Yeah. Or my teacher and myself. Yeah. We'd be exactly the same, but we're clearly not. There's a personality that's there. There's a personality that's here. There's a personality with my teacher. Yeah. So a personality remains. Yeah. You'll still have, there'll still be a natural inclination to have certain likes and dislikes. Yeah. Don't get caught up in that, oh, I'm still liking or disliking, so I still haven't got it. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So even over your whole life, yeah, your whole life has just happened, and there's been likes and dislikes in it. And that just happens also. Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very interesting point, Terrence. Because for decades I had a meditation teacher who came from a South Asian tradition, and there was an ashram, and the whole thing turned pear shaped because he was doing things that a person shouldn't be doing. I'll just leave it at that. But that's come out recently, long after he's physically gone. But he used to talk a lot about likes and dislikes.
Mm.
And when you read, the Tao Te Ching or just so many other of those texts, often from Asian, historical traditions, there's a lot of focus on that.
Mm.
Only when you don't have a like or a dislike or an antipathy and an attraction will you ever have the clean mirror. And non-duality and you have helped me realize that's just another thing, like the glass here or the wind blowing right now. It's just also happening.
Well
If you
done.
get caught up in that,
Yep.
all you're doing is just, I've spent decades castigating myself,
Yeah.
denigrating. Oh, you have these likes and dislikes. And
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's just going to happen anyway. Like everything else, like the wind blowing, like you said, it's just going to
yeah,
happen. Yeah. Like I I used to say, I haven't said it for a long time, but it's an excuse what I'm about to say. But if somebody presented me with a plate with dog shit on it or a plate with a beautiful chocolate cake on it, I know which one I'm going to take to eat. Like if somebody offered that to me to eat, I know which one there would be a natural inclination to take the chocolate cake and not the dog shit. And that would just happen. It's not
yeah,
like, oh, the man is enlightened so he could have either. No, no. Yeah. So that, it's a good point though that you raised. It's there is an argument for being dispassionate about likes or dislikes. Okay, there's an argument for that. Yeah,
yeah,
but and then again, there kind of isn't because there's no person, there's no actual character there that's liking or disliking, but there is liking and disliking happening. Yeah, so it can get a little tricky there. Yeah, but because I've sometimes said it myself. Yeah, let go of the likes or the dislikes. I mean, I don't exactly use that language. Yeah, and just come back home.
yeah,
Yeah, just come back. Just or in most cases, it depends who I'm speaking to. I don't even have to say let go of the likes or dislikes because the person realizes it's just thoughts that are arising, liking or disliking. That's all. Just mind. Only mind. Yeah. So you see that, okay, I understand that. So it's now not a matter of, oh, well, I won't like or dislike it. No, no, no. Just come back home. Just keep coming back here. There's something happening here. Yeah. And it's not a thing either, but I'm limited by language. So I have to say that. Yeah, there's something else happening here, which we ignore. So it's what I'm actually asking people to do. Even that, what I just said then is wrong. There are no people. But what I'm asking, is to invert into the consciousness. Because that's, man, without that, there's no likes, there's no dislikes, there's no thoughts, there's no body, there's no universe, there's nothing happening. Do you understand? Without that.
yeah,
So what I'm asking you to do is just to continue to invert in on that. The true self-inquiry starts there, the inversion. Up
yeah.
until then, all we've been doing is discovering what we're not. And
Yeah,
I
I mean,
wouldn't,
what I got taught for a long time, Terrence, was basically character reform.
yeah,
That's how I think of it now. Reform the character. Oh, if he gets to be pure, then something will happen. This.
it's, yeah,
Yeah, and I see now it's okay. That was okay then. It was a long time that I
yeah,
believed that, but
that's
that's
okay.
okay.
Yeah, good.
Um,
Good. Now
I love the phrase you just used, Terrence. If I can just repeat it, this
mm,
inversion.
mm,
I know it's just a heuristic phrase
mm.
to try to avoid normal non-dual ways of talking. I think of it as falling back somehow. That just works for
That's fine.
what's here. Yeah,
Yep, that's fine too. Yeah,
yeah,
because see, the problem is, this that I'm pointing to has no shape, has no form, has no mass, has no location, has no color, right? Yet there's something happening here. there's something happening here. Yeah? And the mind doesn't like it because it doesn't have a shape, a form, a location, or mass. It doesn't like it. It doesn't know what to grab onto. It's like, what? What? You know, and that's why I sometimes say, just come on, sit there, want for nothing and expect nothing. Yeah, just
that's
be.
been very helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, just be. Just if again, I'm using language, and every time I hear these words come out of my mouth, I kind of cringe a little bit. I go, no, that's not actually it. But I'm limited. I'm limited to yeah. Other, the majority of people that are sitting in this satsang at the moment, if we were together in person, let's just say, I don't know, we were spending 2 or 3 days together, yeah, and we're doing it in person, yeah, I'd probably allow maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half of dialogue a day, and the rest of the time, all of us, including myself, would just sit there in silence. Because that's it. That's actually it. Yeah. So we'd just be brushing away a few of the tiny little cobwebs that might still be left there with an hour and a half, say, of dialogue, and the rest of it we just be fall back into, as the language you use, or invert is the language I sometimes use, or just be, or just like there's something happening here. And again, it's not a thing, but yeah, it's not nothing. It's no thing, but it's not nothing. Yeah, it's nothing in regards to the mind not being able to claim it, or not being able to pigeonhole it, or say it has mass or color or a location or blah blah blah. In that sense, yes, it's nothing, but it's not nothing. It's not, we wouldn't be sitting here. The dialogue wouldn't be happening, for God's sake. There wouldn't be the recognition that our whole life has just been happening. Yeah, and we think it's me that's running my life. And you discover, holy shit, it's not. Oh my God, oh. Yeah. It's, I know I'm repeating myself, but, the self-inquiry, the inquiring into personal self, that's not self-inquiry. that's inquiring into what we're not. So we can call that self-inquiry. The true self-inquiry comes when there's a complete letting go of mind, just a complete letting. Something else becomes of interest. Something else becomes of interest. I'm calling it consciousness, beingness, whatever. Yeah, but something else becomes, and then there's just a natural letting go, and then just a. Now, that's where the inquiry actually happens, but the inquiry happens from direct experience, not from thinking about it. It's from the inquiry happens from being, and that's all. It's what I'm asking you to do. Like, I could sit here all day. I could sit here for a day. Just, if you've never dunked your body into a swimming pool before, never. Yeah, you don't know what it's like for your body to feel water. I could sit here all day describing it, but until you get into the water, you don't know what the actual experience is like. So you get into the water, or get in. Yeah, that's now direct experience, if I was to use that analogy.
I've found myself doing what you were describing we would do if we were together for a few days, just sitting.
Mm.
I'm not even going to the meditation corner and there's nothing. I'm just.
Don't have to.
Yeah. And what happens is, I mean, I've been doing it a lot, and it's wonderful. But then there's some internal clock that comes on and says, you're not doing anything right now. I know that's the mind. I know that's what you're going to say, and I
Yeah.
can see that it is.
Yeah.
But it's somehow there's a message that comes that this isn't okay just to sit here, because that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be doing something.
I know, right?
You can see that come up. Yeah.
Yeah, good. And see that, have a little smile about that when there's the recognition of that, and then just come home again. Let go
Yeah.
and just come home again. Let go. Let go. Come home. Let go. Come home. Yeah. Look, don't get me wrong. There'll be some thoughts that arise that are
Sure.
so damn strong that there's no choice but to act on them. I mean, you might be, let's just for argument's sake say you have been sitting there quiet. Yeah. Just been sitting there quiet. And then a thought arises, oh my God, I was supposed to pick up my son from work. Oh, Jesus. I tell you, that silence will disappear like that, or the inversion into it will disappear like that. Yeah. And you'll be racing out the door to go and pick up your kid. And that too just happens. Yeah. So it can be both ways that it just happens. Yeah. So, sometimes I say that there's productive thoughts, and then there's total waste of time thoughts. Yeah. Total, just noise, just nothingness. Yeah. So, yeah.